I think that there's a very big difference between the intuitive eating movement, which is a movement that is separate. There is a movement out there that's like the intuitive eating movement, and there's books about it, and there's coaches that are specifically trained in the intuitive eating movement. And it's much more geared towards how you eat food rather than connecting to your intuition as a separate skill that you have to know how to do. And then as a almost as an unfolding and as a result, your relationship with eating becomes easier and becomes more in integrity and aligned because you're connected to your intuition. In my expertise, and I feel like I could speak to this with a lot of integrity since I am an expert and I am a dietitian and I've been around for a very long time in this field in this way, a lot of people who try the intuitive eating movement are not in tune with their intuition. And that's where they go wrong. Because a big part of the directives in the intuitive eating movement assumes that you understand what it means to be in touch with your intuition. So you can just just go with how you feel, eat what you want. But a big part of the way that intuitive eating works is that you're also able to have boundaries with yourself and be able to get to a place where you intuitively know, oh, I'm full. You intuitively know, oh, I shouldn't eat this anymore because it's not in alignment with what's in service of what I need anymore. But if you don't know what that is, you're not going to succeed with the intuitive eating movement. So what I do is I teach women how to connect with their intuition. It is an actual skill. It is practice. You learn through consistent practicing certain tactics, certain mindsets, certain mindfulness techniques. Oftentimes you become more successful at it because the way that your mindset is trained, you're able to you're able to not be aligned with it, right? For example, oftentimes people learn more about their intuition and their relationship with food by going way beyond what was necessary for them to eat. And then they connect with their intuition, but only because they have the prompts and the coaching and the consistency and the support to be able to hold space for that kind of messiness, basically. A strategy or a tip or a some sort of directive is not going to be what gets you from it's not going to be like A B equals C. A lot of times getting to the place that you want to get to with your relationship with food and ultimately losing weight if that's your goal is through applying tools and skills and building them consistently over time and getting the feedback and then not giving up and having momentum and then revisiting it again with and the tool basically it's an ever evolving thing. So initially you have one tool which is like a mindset prompt or a coaching prompt, but then the tool evolves based on your application of the tool and the feedback you get from the tool and your ability to process and reflect and extricate new information from the tool and then go back and do it again. And so I think where a lot of women fail or go wrong, it's because they don't have the consistency and the support system to stay consistent, continue to apply, to continue to pay attention, and to continue to have that support system to stay accountable to processing and reflecting on the feedback and then continuing to have the momentum to do it again. Because ultimately, the best strategy for success is consistency, attention, and reflection, and then iteration, essentially. And so that's what the mentorship does for you, right? It gives you the tools and a new way to look at things and actually new tactics, but it also gives you that support system that is what you need to connect to yourself, essentially, so that you can be an intuitive person, and intuitive eating then comes out of that.